AKA, but it's legal. Now, most people, they think that.
Now, that's a good thing about here in Missouri. We do have our local cannabis lounges, but those things hardly ever stay open more than a couple of months. Shout out to the Cure Lounge, RIP to that place, right? Had some good times and memories over there, but they gone now. So, hey, it's a good thing I got the picture perfect experiences there. Shouts out to the videos we did over there. Y'all know to go check them out in the shorts. And we did a couple other videos over there, so y'all already know. Hit the playlist.
Once it's been legalized, just smoke anywhere, right? No, let's start with the single most common screw up, lighting up in public. You just bought some beautiful flower, the sun is shining, and you're feeling like Snoop Dogg on vacation. You step outside and spark it up and cue the sirens. The reality in almost every legal state, public consumption is still illegal. It's the same with alcohol. You just can't walk down the road drinking a beer unless you're in New Orleans. And the definition of public is, let's say, creatively broad. How ridiculously broad? Public can be your own front porch. Public can be your driveway, visible from the street. That could also be public. It's legal insanity. And look, you've bought weed, and it's kind of like buying a bottle of Jack Daniels. The government is totally fine with you owning it. They just don't want to see you shotgunning it in the middle of a Little League game like you're Randy Marsh. You could possess it, but if you light up in the wrong place, you're fair game for law enforcement, your local Karen, or whatever nosy neighbor happens to be walking their Pomeranian. Here's the thing most people miss. Public places doesn't just mean parks or sidewalk. It's the steps to your apartment, your building's parking lot, the hotel balcony, and my favorite, federal land. Yes, if you light up at Yellowstone, you just made yourself a federal case. Good luck arguing with that park ranger. Those guys will write you a ticket for walking off the trail to look at wildlife. And let's not forget vehicles. Parked or not, you're in public. That's public consumption, even if you're trying to be discreet in your car. The second the cop walks by and gets a whiff, you might as well have hung an air freshener that says, please give me a citation. Penalties at best, you're looking at fine, maybe roughly equivalent to a nice dinner. At worst, you might be looking at misdemeanor charges, especially if you are a repeat offender or if you happen to light up anywhere near a school, playground, government building, any other sensitive locations. Or if you're on parole or probation, so congratulations, you just gave your PO a reason to call your mom. Want to stay legal? Pretty simple. Use cannabis only on private property and only if that property's owner is cool with it. Some states are finally getting on board and opening consumption lounges. They're basically like Amsterdam-style coffee shops. Right now, they're still about as rare as a rational law in Texas, and only a few markets have them. And if you're traveling, always look up those local rules. Some states, or California, Nevada, Illinois, can have them. There's very few of them. So, in doubt, just go home and spark up there or vape. It's just way more inconspicuous. Law number 2, driving under the influence. The I'm a better driver high fantasy. Be real. Cannabis doesn't turn anyone into Ricky Bobby from Talladega Nights. I don't care where my hands are when I say that. And I don't care what you say. You're not a better driver when you're stoned. If anything, you're more likely to spend 20 minutes deciding which gas station snack is calling your name or just art. But still, states treat cannabis DUIs as seriously as alcohol DUIs, sometimes even more so, because it makes for great headlines. Now, unlike booze, there's no breathalyzer that tells the cops you're over a limit. Some states actually have tried per se limits of, like, for example, 5 nanograms of THC per milliliter of blood. But there's very little science behind that. So you get more accuracy from shaking a magic 8-ball and having it come up say you get a DUI. They really can't prove that you're impaired like they can with alcohol. So what do they have to do? They have to go back to the test that they had for alcohol before they had the breathalyzer. With test designs for drunks, the field sobriety test that they designed to make anyone look guilty. First, they look for the usual erratic driving, slow reaction times, or the aroma of skunk rolling out of your windows with puffs of smoke. Then they'll hit you with the classic field sobriety test, walking the straight line while touching your nose and reciting the alphabet backwards, because anybody can do that. So don't admit that you've had an edible or smoked.
Definitely don't tell them nothing about yourself. Oh no, that was somebody else was in the car earlier, officer. They was smoking while I was driving. Then I still had to drive, right? Right. Got places to go. Leave me the fuck alone. mind your business.